Good afternoon, people. A very good afternoon to each and every one of you out there. I'm Harsh, and here at Dolphin Markets, we make sure to provide you with the best services possible in terms of analysis, live trading opportunities called hot stocks, as well as trading education, which generally happens in the third live streaming session. So, before we get started, I'm giving all you beautiful people 5 minutes, all right? 5 minutes to get ready, to get comfortable, to get sorted out. Make sure you have your pen, paper, coffee, water, tea, whatever is required to keep you in the zone, all right? To keep you attentive, right? And so in 5 minutes, we'll get back, all right? All right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to today's second live streaming session. We had the first live streaming session in the morning when the market has just opened a couple of hours, and now we're going to have the second session. All right, still we have it's right now 2:14 Indian Standard Time and it's 12:46 Dubai Standard Time. So we still have 1 hour remaining for the markets to keep fluctuating before the Indian share market closes for today. All right, so I hope everyone is alive, is breathing, is happy, is ready for today's live streaming session. I can already see a lot of comments coming in. I can see Lee, I can see Sophia as usual in our live streaming sessions, and they are the only two ones who are being very active, right? I want everyone else also who is being a part of this live streaming sessions be interactive. आप ज़्यादा अगर आपको हिंदी अगर आपको लगता है कि आपकी इंग्लिश अच्छी नहीं है, आप बताइए, आप चैट बॉक्स में लिखिए. यू कैन लेट मी नो. आई विल मेक श्योर. I know English and I know Hindi. So if you want me to continue more in English, you can type one, right? Type one in the comment box. And अगर आपको लगता है कि आपकी हिंदी ज़्यादा अच्छी है और आपको इंग्लिश ज़्यादा समझ में नहीं आता है, आप कमेंट बॉक्स में आप दो लिख सकते हो. Alright? So before we get started, a quick good morning, a good afternoon, Lee. Good afternoon, Sophia. Everyone is excited, right, to be a part of this lovely community, having 3 live sessions a day with currently the second live session running. So before we get started, a quick introduction about myself. I am Harsh. I have been having around 8 years of experience, right, trading the financial markets. I mainly trade the forex markets, the commodity markets, as well as the US based indices, right? We are talking about the S&P 500, the S&P 500, the Dow Jones 30, the Nasdaq 100, and currently we also look into the Indian share market, right? The Indian indices as well as the individual stocks. I am more of a technical trader, all right? So I specialize in supply demand. I specialize in technical analysis, swing analysis, harmonic progressions, trend line formations, pattern recognition, so on and so forth. There is a lot to cover. By the way, make sure you tune into our third live streaming session, the last session for today, right? It happens once the market closes. For any details pertaining to the timings, all right, of when our live sessions take place, please make sure to contact one of our assistants and they will gladly help you out. All right, any doubt, any technical issue, please get back to them. And if you have any query for me, you can write down in the comment box. All right. Sophia is writing profit 2%. I understand, Sophia, and I know what you're talking about. But for those people who are not aware about what Sophia is mentioning, remember 2%, 2% profitability. We will talk about it, right? But here at Dolphin Markets, we want to make sure that we provide you with the best information, the best resources, the best possible trade setups, aka also known as hot stocks, right? When it's hot, it's too hot to handle, right? Hot stocks are trading opportunities given by our team of analysts and researchers who research the entire markets, who scout, who check each and every sector of the Indian financial sector, pick out the individual stocks and give it to you, based on clear market conditions. When we have a trade possibility, we are the first ones, you are the first ones to know about it, right? So please make sure to be a part of this and do not miss these live trading sessions, because during these live trading sessions, we provide you with vital information, information and trading ideas that can make you serious money, right? We are not talking about little, we are talking about massive amounts of money. Please make sure to share this live streaming session with all your friends, colleagues, girlfriends, boyfriends, husbands, wife, parents, grandparents, children, grandchildren, because it will help them to be aware of how the financial market works. We as in me, right? Everyone knows by now, like my tagline is, when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear. I try to put in the best foot forward to make sure that I'm giving you the best information, the best analysis, and the best trading ideas, the hot stocks, as well as the best education when it comes to technical trading. So before we get started, I hope everyone is alive. Everyone, I need you to reciprocate with me, right? In the chat box, you can type, you can say good afternoon, you can say I'm having a wonderful day. We are eager to start with today's live streaming session, right? So before beginning quickly, it is very vital and important for people who have not been able to join our previous live streaming session. We had discussed a hot stock, right? Let me show it to you on the screen. I guess you can already see it on the screen, correct? The hot stock's name was Annapurna, all right? Let me put the watermark. Remember, guys, we are providing you with trading opportunities that can make you good amounts of money, right? This hot stock was discussed today, all right? It was given to the public. It was given to this beautiful community today in the morning during the first live session. The prices have already been up, like Sophia is mentioning in the chat box. The price is up by almost 2%. Come on, 2% in a day. When is the last time you were able to make 2% in a day? I am sure majority of you cannot make such returns, right? I'm like, you might be making maybe 5%, keeping your money in a bank deposit in 1 year. Remember, look at the intensity, look at the power the financial markets are providing, and look how we as Dolphin Markets are here to provide you with the right set of tools, information, and hot stocks to make you money in the financial markets. All right. So I hope everyone is getting a clear picture and is able to understand the power of the financial markets that Dolphin provides to you. All right. Now let's get started. As you can see from the heading of today's live streaming session, right, it mentions about the biggest IPO in the Indian share market, right? Hyundai Motor India. I'm pretty much aware of all of you who might be having an idea, right? That Hyundai is not a small company. Hyundai is one of the biggest companies in South Korea, right? After Samsung, LG, Hyundai, it is a pioneer. It is a leading car manufacturing company, right? And it is global, right? What do we know about South Korea? We know that they make Samsung, we know that they make LG, and we know that they have K-pop, right? K-pop, we got BTS, we got Blackpink. There are so many, correct? So when it comes to such a huge company, deciding that it wants to launch an IPO, right? Launch an IPO in the Indian share market. I mean, there is significant amount of attention that it garners, right? When a company like Hyundai, such a big company, right, wants to open an IPO. IPO is nothing but an initial public offering, all right? Remember, the company had discussed or had informed the public that they were issuing their IPO last week. The closure has taken place, and now the price has been plotted onto the graphs, right? It has processed through the National Stock Exchange to be printed on the charts. That is why you can only see two candles. Yesterday candle, when it was activated onto the Indian share market, and today's candle, right? So I hope everyone is aware, or let me brief you quickly of what an IPO is, right? Many people, including people when we were discussing about this topic, because it is the most hot topic as of now. When a big company wants to launch in the Indian share market, everyone wants to be a part. Who doesn't want to be a part of a company that is killing in the markets, that is performing absolutely phenomenal, right? So an IPO stands for basically initial public offering, right? Let me type it out. Initial public offering, right? Now, to give you a very easy understanding, remember, I'm not a person who loves to read textbooks, right? I'm a person who likes to understand and explain in my own words, right? Because even I was a student, even I was learning about the financial markets at some point in time, right? Since I've been associated with the financial market for 8 years, it's been, if you go back to 8 years, I was an amateur, I was a newbie. I had no understanding how the financial markets work, correct? But then I understood that, okay, my professors are explaining to me, my teachers, my mentors are explaining to me, but I am still not able to understand because they used to keep it so complicated. And that is where you beautiful people are so lucky, because I love explaining things in the most easiest way possible, right? I want even a layman to understand, and I want even an experienced person to understand. So I make sure, and this community is very vital, right? I need that reciprocation for you to even understand and reciprocate that. Yes, Harsh, we can understand everything, and you are good to go. All right. So coming back to what an IPO is, now let me give you a small example. Let's consider Harsh. All right, since I'm talking, let us consider me. Now Harsh over here. All right, this is me. Sorry for my drawing, but it's very easy to understand. This is Harsh, all right? Now, Harsh is running a company, all right? Now, this company, Harsh is running a small company and is doing very well. So, people are making, I have a small company, but so a small company basically means a personal company, right? We call it as private company. So, let me type private company. All right. So, Harsh is running a private company. All right. Now, the company is small, but the company is performing very well, right? So this is Harsh's company. Please, sorry for, I'm not a Picasso, right? I'm not an artist, but I'm doing my best to make it as interactive and as informative as possible, all right? Let me use a brush. So this is a company, all right? So this is my company, Edge. All right, Edge for Harsh. All right. Now this company is a private company. I have limited employees. I have limited resources. I have limited funds to run my company. But because of my dedication, as you can all see, because of my persistence, because of my enthusiastic nature, the company is performing very well. All right. Now that the company is performing well, I am planning in terms of making it more diversified. I want to diversify my company. So I want to get a lot of employees. I want to get a lot of resources, for the expansion of my company. But unfortunately, I do not have the funds, right? I cannot sustain the company for long based on my own personal funds, right? So what do? I go to I go to a bank, all right? Now this bank will be the intermediary, right? Who's going to make sure that they understand my needs, and then this bank will go and will talk to none other than the stock market, right? We're going to talk about NSE, BSE. Everyone is aware about, right? So NSE and BSE, correct? So this NSE and BSE, the Indian share market, the organizers of the Indian share market. In India, there are only two big organizers of the Indian share market, the National Stock Exchange and the Bombay Stock Exchange. So the bank will talk to NSE, will do the legality paperwork, and will inform the NSE that yes, Harsh is planning to convert his private company into a public company, right? So with all the legalities sorted out, the NSE will go and approach the SEBI, right? I hope everyone is aware what SEBI is, or the SEC, the Securities Exchange, right? They are basically the police, all right? The police, the governing body in terms of making sure everything is safe, everything is running securely, right? They are the police of the share market. Once the SEBI does its due diligence and gets back to the stock market body, that is the NSE and the BSE, and they say that yes, Harsh is good, the paperwork is good, the financial statements are good, the company has very strong future, very good. Now they give the permission to me, to Harsh, to go from a private company to a public company, all right? So from a private company, we are allowed to now transfer to a public company. So basically right now I have the power to go into the share market to offer the public, right? That is how the term comes, initial public offering. I am willing to offer my shares of the company to you beautiful people, right? To everyone who is interested in buying. The transformation from a private company to a public company via the Indian share market is in simple terms called as initial public offering, all right? I hope I was able to give a good explanation. If yes, put a thumbs up in the comment box, all right? And this public company, as you can see, like for the case of Hyundai, is when they are allocated a ticker symbol, and everything is the calculations are very complex and intricate. But in simple terms, then Hyundai, based on its market valuation, will come and will decide the price at which it wants to offer. All right, so the price at which Honda wanted to offer, as you can see on my arrow mark, is 1933, right? Now the other aspect of an initial public offering is what the company offers and what the public requires, right? There will always be a tussle between the two, right? Because the company wants the highest price possible, while the individual investor, the individual trader wants to buy it at the cheapest price possible. Everyone understands, right? No one is willing to pay too much for any goods or service. But at the same time, a company running or a company selling a product or the service wants to make sure that they can sell it at the highest price possible. So this has been a very quick and easy understanding of what an IPO is, right? I hope everyone has understood. If yes, make sure you put a thumbs up right in the comment box. Now coming back to what we were talking about Honda. So it had issued its public offering last week, and the price has been plotted onto the markets, right? So the yesterday, right? Yesterday, 22nd of October is when the initial public offering was offered. But due to the discrepancy in terms of what people were expecting to how the company wanted to forecast its public share at what price, created this bearishness. But like a company like Hyundai, all right, it might reduce its price in terms of supply and demand. But when a strong company with strong financials tries to list, not tries, it is listed on the English share market on the NSE, why wouldn't people buy, right? So if you go and look at some articles which I have, as you can see on the screen, let me change it. The Indian share market closes today. All right, so I hope everyone is alive. We had Hyundai shares rebound, all right? So Hyundai shares rebound 6%. Ladies and gentlemen, 6% is not a small feat of accomplishment, right? 6%. Like how today Sophia is making 2%. So imagine 6%, right? And IPO coming out, everyone wants to jump onto the bandwagon. Everyone wants to make sure that, just give me a minute. All right, sorry for any kind of disturbance. I'm very sorry. I hope everything is clear now. All right. Thank you, team, for letting me know. I hope everything is sorted because there was some kind of discrepancy in the audio, but right now I think everything is good. All right, perfect. Now, so we were basically talking about the IPO, and based on the IPO, right? Quickly, let me just reiterate you. Let me go back. Let me reverse and put the drawings if I can. Yes. All right. For people who had some issues in understanding, sorry for the mistake, but there was a small setting that I had to change. But nonetheless, let me quickly get back to you. All right. So we were talking about an IPO. An IPO is nothing but an initial public offering. Initial public offering, a very simple and descriptive or a picturesque view, right? A very simple drawing in terms of understanding the basic understanding of what an IPO is. If Harsh, like me, is running a private company, a small company, but performing very well, having good financial statements, having good operations, having good forecasts, and having good loyalty in the market, right? Now, if I want to diversify, if I want to expand my company, right, I have to make sure that I need more funds, right? I mean, working as a private company can only expose me to certain levels of funds or certain levels of capital. But if I want to expand aggressively, if I have very big plans, right, I need the support of the public, right? So the best option for me is to go and talk to a bank. It can be a bank or it can be an underwriter. Let's keep it simple. Let's stick to a bank. So I will talk to the bank. The bank will check all my statements, all my credibilities, and will decide whether I am good. Am I a good fit for offering my shares to the public as an IPO? Once all the legalities are done, then I will come back to the NSE or the BSE, right? NSE, BSE are governing bodies, right, of the Indian share market. The Nifty is listed on the NSE and the Sensex is listed on the BSE, all right? Now, NSE, BSE will do its due diligence and will go and talk to SEBI. It would be SEBI or it could be SEC, all right? It's basically the police, the patrolling officer of the share market. They are responsible to make sure that everything is running smoothly. There are no hanky pankies, right? I hope you understand what you mean by hanky panky. Everything is authentic, everything is legal, everything is running in an ethical manner, right? Following the rules and regulations of that particular country. Now, once SEC or SEBI does its due diligence, right? It checks all my reports, it checks how harsh is, it checks my own, it checks my entire background, all right? My background and the background of the company, the way the company is performing, how it's been projected, how are the forecasts expected, were they able to maintain the same forecast that they were having previously. After the entire due diligence is carried out, that is the time when they are like, all right, Harsh is good, his credentials are good, the company is fit. They will go back and revert back to NSE or BSE, right? Once they revert back to NSE, BSE, they will revert, the NSE or the BSE will go back and will let the bank know, will inform the bank that yes, Harsh is good to go. Harsh has done all the formalities, and the bank will give me the permission. All right, now Harsh, you are ready to go. Now you can transform from a private company to a public company, right? Now, what is the biggest benefit of issuing an IPO? When you are a private company, you have less investors, less mediums of fund acquiring, right? Of acquiring funds, acquiring capital. The moment you are listed onto the stock exchange, everyone is aware about you. Now your scope of investors, traders increases substantially, right? So the easiest definition or the easiest way to explain what an initial public offering is, when a private company decides, fulfills all the obligations and is allowed to, offer its shares onto the Indian stock market. That is how what an initial public offering is. Some companies are small, such as mine, for example, but when you talk about Hyundai, right, the entire example was about Hyundai, correct? Let me remove everything. So I hope everyone has got a good understanding of what an initial public offering is, right? What is the functionality, what is the base of an initial public offering. And I hope everyone liked my drawing, right? If you did like it, please put a thumbs up into the comment section. I hope my voice is clear now. There was a small technical glitch, but everything is resolved, all right? Like I always say, when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear, right? When Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear. All right, let me delete everything. The entire explanation behind this was to make you understand, all right, what an IPO is and how a company such as Hyundai, Hyundai, it's a blue chip company in South Korea, but still it wants to expand, it wants to diversify into other countries, right? So that is where it is, issuing the public of India, right? The investors who are interested to invest in the Indian share market, they are giving them an opportunity to be a part of Hyundai, and that is how they issued an IPO last week. And after everything was accomplished, then yesterday is when the charts had plotted the data, right? So for this particular example, you only have two candles because the data has just initiated yesterday, all right? And remember, as I was showing you on the article, the price has rebounded by 6%. 6% is not a small feat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are able to understand. I hope you are listening clearly and being active, right? The main motive for me to be here is to make sure that you are active. We provide you with hot stocks. So any trading opportunity that me and my team of analysts and researchers come across, you will be the first ones to know about it. So it is very important to be active, be attentive, and please attend all the live streaming sessions, right? From morning till evening, we hold three live streaming sessions, right? In the morning, in the afternoon, the one that is going right now, and the one after the market closes. The one after the market closes mainly is pertaining to providing you with financial education, with technical trading, right? Education pertaining to technical trading. And Sophia was talking about making money, right? So for all those people who are missing out or who haven't attended the session which we had in the morning, the trade, the hot stock. That is the main reason you people are attending right these live sessions. When we provide you hot stocks, when we provide you trading opportunities that can make you serious amounts of money, correct? So we were talking about Annapurna, right? And as you can see, we had allocated a trade idea, right? This is today's hot stock, today's trading idea, Annapurna. Let me put the watermark so people are aware of what it is. Annapurna, right? ANNAPURNA. It's for those people who haven't been aware or who haven't attended the previous live streaming session. It's for those people to be, I mean, it's a visual, it's clearly a visual sign, a visual depiction of how we provide you with hot stocks and how these hot stocks make you money, right? We are not here for the short term, we are here for the long term. So we want to do our best to provide you with the best resources, the best trading strategies, right? The best hot stocks for you to make money, right? So I hope everyone is understanding. And right now the price is sitting at almost a 2% appreciation. Like Sophia said, 2%, right? Like how Hyundai India Motors like appreciated 6%, but after a downfall of 7%, we are making money. We were sitting at 2%, and we have even mentioned where we expect prices to go to. We have a target one in place and targets two in place, with also a 5% target area. Remember, as we always mention, the 5% target area is the area where we notify our beautiful customers, we notify our clients that this is an area when you can start making 5% profit, right? And since we are providing hot stocks on a regular basis, if not regular but consistently, right? We do not just provide once in a blue moon. We are trying to provide you with as many hot stocks as possible, right? Provided we get the right setups, the right trading setups. And we already have accomplished around 97% profitability, right? Just in 1 month. So please, I keep reiterating this to all you beautiful people to understand the potential that we are providing you, right? Please be a part of this. Please utilize this opportunity. Please make sure that you join these trades and make money, right? It's going to be for your benefit. Now, coming back to what the markets are showing, the markets had started on, they had gapped bullish, but sorry, they had gapped bearish. But with the positive sentiment for today, the markets have been pretty bullish, right? Let us check it on Nifty. So the markets had opened bearish. I hope everyone can see my screen. All right. So the markets had opened bearish and there was strong sentiment of bullish pressure, right? Now, as you can see, there is again bearishness coming back into the market. This certainly has to be because of, as I was mentioning right from the beginning of this week, it is a very important week for everyone to be aware about. Remember, more than 425 companies are coming out with their quarterly earning reports, right? When such a huge number of companies are lined up to provide their earning reports, there is a lot of uncertainty, right? Because when it's like, when you give your exams and when the day arrives for the marks or for the results to be declared, that is the time of uncertainty. People are scared, people are nervous, people do not know what they expect, right? So similarly, when earning reports come out, there is going to be a lot of uncertainty in the markets. People are going to be skimmish, people are going to be skeptical whether the company will perform good, whether the company will perform bad. So there is a lot of uncertainty, right? So it started off on a very good note, almost an appreciation of around 1%, right? A strong move to the upside with some bearish sentiment coming in. Similarly, following to on Sensex, right? Since Nifty is based on the National Stock Exchange, we are looking at Sensex, which is listed on the Bombay Stock Exchange. They always go in tandem, right? I hope everyone understands with the word tandem. Tandem means to go together, where it's like siblings. Wherever the bigger sibling goes, the smaller sibling comes with them, and vice versa, correct? So as you can see, there has been a clear support area which we had marked couple of times, right? I mean, we had it on till yesterday, but now the prices have closed below. So let me quickly mark it again with an illustration. Here it is. So this has been a clear support area for people who have good amount of knowledge in technical analysis will understand what a support is, right? So the prices had been holding, and as you could see, it held once, it held twice, and now the prices have kind of broken the support. When a clear support, when a very important, influential support level gets taken out, people start to panic. People are like, now it's going to crash to the floor. So this is what has happened on Monday. I hope everyone can see my mouse. All right. With Tuesday, sorry, on Tuesday, because of the uh, this happened on Tuesday. So when the reports had come out of certain blue chip companies, and when the data, when the reports did not match to what people had expected or what people had based their opinions on, that is when you have pressure again onto the Sensex, onto the Nifty, with bearish sentiment. Today's price gap down but showed bullish power, almost bullish sentiment, correct? In terms of it had an appreciation of almost, one second, it had an appreciation of almost 0.9%, right? Almost touched 1%. But again, like I said, the entire quarterly earning reports for more than 425 companies is going to persist. All right. It started on Monday. It's going to continue till Friday. So please expect there is going to be uncertainty in the markets. All right. I hope people are understanding. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts, please comment below. Please, if you do not comment, I will not be able to understand. And if I'm not able to understand, how will I know? Correct? If you don't tell me, how will I know? Let's look at some other articles. And if we do come across any hot stock, don't worry. We will make sure to let you know at the earliest. All right. So please make sure that you keep attending all the live streaming sessions. That's going to benefit you, right? It's going to make you money, money, money. All right. So as we were talking, let's look at some articles. Yep. So as Hyundai is done, now let's see. Apparently, when we were looking at the sector analysis, right? I hope everyone understands what a sector is. All right. If yes, put a thumbs up, right? Put a thumbs up in the comments below. All right. The several companies comprise of a particular. There are several sectors, right? IT, infrastructure, military, aerospace, aeronautical, financial, agricultural products, pharmaceutical products, so on and so forth. So every sector, right? Companies that are in the same field of expertise, medical, right? Hospitals or education, schools, research institutes, correct? So as you can see on the daily today, apparently the plastic products and the diamonds, right? A lady's favorite or a lady's best friends are diamonds. I mean, I've heard it somewhere, but diamonds and jewelry, right? They were pretty bearish in the last week, right? So they might be having a lot of bearish sentiment, but today they have been up by almost 2.55%. Quite significant, correct? Similarly for plastic products. We had even talked a lot about the shipbuilding sector, right? I'm pretty sure most of you might be aware about, we were having a lot of detailed discussions when it came to the shipbuilding sector, how it affects trade, because everything in today's world runs on trade and logistics, right? If I'm sitting in Dubai and I want to buy a product such as Haldirams, right? Haldirams from India. I love their masala, right? So masala chips, for example. So if I want, sitting in Dubai, if I want a product of India, such as Haldirams, masala chips, it is due to globalization that I am able to receive that product in this country, in this city, right? It is only due to trade and logistics, right? So the shipbuilding sector is one of the biggest supporters of the shipbuilding sector, right? Very important for this sector to exist because it takes care of the manufacturing of ships. It takes care of the servicing of the ships. It takes care of the management of ships. Correct, very important and very vital. So apparently, the ship sector has been bearish since yesterday, or just let us put it this week. But if you go to the 1 year, just to get a clear understanding, the shipbuilding sector has been at an appreciation of 134%. Imagine some of the best shipbuilding sectors. We will get into it. We'll give you some examples. And I was also talking about Mazgao and all, right? So a sector which performs so well. I mean, trade and logistics can never, fail. Everything is interconnected. Every country wants to export its best products and services. Every country that does not, possess a quality-based product or service will make sure to import. So there's going to be a lot of import export, right? And look at that, 133 over a span of 1 year. All right. So to all those beautiful investors out there who love to hold, sit and hold, like buy and hold, the shipbuilding sector has been performing phenomenally. We were even looking at Mazgao. Remember, I talked about it yesterday. I talked about it day before yesterday. We were talking about Mazgao. So Mazgao has been one of those shipping. One second. One of the ship manufacturing firms, right? And they have been, in terms of the way prices have been, remember, the prices have always have been phenomenally bullish. All right, corrections are taking place again, price, and a very clear depiction in terms of understanding of how, from a technical perspective, when prices are creating lower highs and lower lows, and once price plays the first higher high, it is a clear sign for price to react around this level. So you can use this as an example to study how a sector affects a company and how the performance of that company is analyzed on the charts. You can do the fundamental analysis. Remember, I have shared you this particular website, which is called as screener.com, right? I hope everyone can see here. So we can even go and type, for example, Mazgao, right? Let me type Mazgao. All right, Mazgao. Any Indian share market, Indian share, any Indian stock, you can go to this particular website. All right, if you want to get more detailed information, all you have to do is log in. Remember, you can open a free account and give your credentials and log in, and it will provide you with all the information of what the company is, who are its founders, what is its field of specialization, so on and so forth. All right. So Mazgao Dock Shipbuilders. Remember, it's a shipbuilding company sector located from the city where I am from, Mumbai. All right, Amchi, Mumbai. How many people are from Mumbai? Say I. Sophia is writing. The market is still dominated by capital, including the stock market. That is correct, Sophia. I mean, everything is dominated by the stock market, right? In a way, because it is shown on the index, it is shown on the individual shares, it is shown on how the sector is performing. Everything is interconnected. You can never have any piece of information in the financial sector that is independent. Everything is connected, right? We all are connected too, right? We are connecting. All right, so as you can see here, it gives a description of what the company is, where is it headquartered, and its history and all that. Here you can go down to see clearly some pros and some cons. We had already discussed this company is planning to get, or is almost on the road to becoming debt free. When a public company reaches the territory of becoming debt free, it is one of the biggest accomplishments a company has, because it signifies that the company, whatever money it had borrowed from the public to grow the company, it has developed its operations. It has, performed so extraordinarily well that it is able to, return it back to the people, right? So a very important point to keep in mind: when companies are on the verge of becoming debt free, they signifies very strong fundamentals behind its appreciation in price, right? Company is almost debt free. It has a CAGR, right, of around 29.4%. over the past 5 years. So it's been on an average of 29%, a pretty reasonable, right, appreciation in price. And ROE, return on equity, of almost 27% for 3 years. It's very good, right? And like I said, the stock is trading at 113.7 times, right? 13.7 times. If it was for 1 rupee, right now it's at 13 rupees, right? If it's at 100 rupees, right now it's at 1300 rupees. Sophia is writing large cap stocks have minimal gains and are also expensive. That is true, Sophia, because the larger a company gets, right? Remember, we have small cap, we have mid cap, and we have large cap. So when an economy is functioning, right, the heavyweights are always going to be the large caps. The drawdown, like I had mentioned, for example, for this particular stock, right now the price is sitting at around 4,000, 4,500. The price is sitting at 13.7 times its book value. Imagine when it was initiated, when it had offered, when it had come up with its IPO, the price was just at around 1800 to a 1900 barrel mark. Now, when it is shot up so significantly, it signifies that the company is performing, really well. And definitely, when a company performs well, the company becomes expensive too, right? Mr. Lee is in the house again. Mr. Lee is back with the emoji that I still don't understand. But nonetheless, welcome, Lee. I mean, you are already being attentive in the group, but thank you for being interactive. All right. You can go through the quarterly results where it shows that at least compared to the last quarter in terms of sales, it has fallen down slightly. Its expenses have been reduced compared to the last quarter. Operating profit has increased. Net profit has also considerably increased, right? So nonetheless, some ups and downs, but it has a positive trajectory. It has a bullish trajectory, correct? And the profit loss in terms of sales, it has expanded its sales considerably. Expenses have reduced. Operating profit has they have been able to make more profit on their operations, and so on and so forth. So there is this website is very beautiful for those people for who love to crunch numbers, right? Who love to play with numbers, who love to analyze numbers, right? But me, I'm on the opposite side. I'm more of a technical trader because we technical traders believe that everything that is plotted on the charts, let me show you. Everything that is plotted on the charts, all right? Anything that is plotted on the charts is already taken into factor everything that is happening across, right? Whether it is the reports, whether it is the statements, whether it's the earnings, anything, the market is already showcasing it. So I hope people are able to understand what I'm saying. If you have any query, any doubt, any form of question, or just want to even say a hi, you can write down in the comment box, right? For people who feel that if they're not able to understand English, or if they want me to speak in Hindi, अगर आपको लगता है कि आपको हिंदी में सुनना पसंद होगा, या अगर आपको लग रहा है कि आपकी इंग्लिश इतनी अच्छी नहीं है, आप प्लीज लिखिए नीचे. लेट मी नो सो दैट I can make sure I can provide my medium of explaining my information. Whatever is needed to be discussed, I can try to make sure that everyone across this beautiful community is being able to understand and analyze for themselves. All right, so please make sure, let's keep it simple. For people who want me to continue in English, I will always tell them to type 1. And for people who want me to talk in Hindi, अगर आप चाहते हो कि मैं हिंदी में बात करूं, तो आप कमेंट बॉक्स में, आप चैट बॉक्स में टाइप कर सकते हो, ठीक है? So I hope people are having a good time. They are listening, they are being attentive. It is very crucial and very important, right? And please keep having the reciprocation. Please keep having the interaction so that we both are aware and we both are on the same page. I hope everyone is understanding, right? All right. Let's look at what else. What other market conditions are currently happening in the market right now as we speak. Remember, right now it is 3 o'clock Indian Standard Time. The market closes around 3:15, 3:30ish. So now there is going to be a lot of panic, a lot of uncertainty, right? When the market comes to a close and it's already Wednesday, like 3 days are almost done, right? 3 working days are almost done. Let's quickly have a look at the web page and see any important article that we should be aware about. Make sure you're having your fluids, right? I keep reminding everyone, more than being a mentor, more than being an analyst, I believe in being a health guru also, right? So please make sure you're having your fluids. Keep drinking as much fluids as possible. It's going to help you. It's going to be it's going to be beneficial for you. All right. All right, I just came across a point where it mentions PM Modi arrives at the BRICS summit when you write. I hope everyone is aware about what BRICS are. BRICS are the five countries, BRICS, right? The five emerging countries, right? The countries that are on to their phase of becoming a developed nation. Currently, they are developing nations, but they are on the verge of being of making their way to becoming a developed. There are only three phases of economies in the world. We have underdeveloped, right? Economies, countries that are not doing well. Then we have developing countries that are performing well and they have strong prospects for the future, and but they are still mid-level, so they are called as developing. And then you have developed, right? So developed countries are at the top, are the elite countries, countries like USA, China, Australia, New Zealand. So these countries come under not China, sorry, China comes in developing nations. But nonetheless, when this community, when the BRICS, when the countries in the BRICS community, when they unite and when they meet, there is going to be a lot of political discussions. There's going to be a lot of economical discussions in terms of how we can uplift, how can we increase our foot in the financial markets, right? In the world markets, not just the financial markets, the world markets. So expect that data of whatever Mr. PM Modi is going to be talking will directly or indirectly affect the financial markets too, will affect the Indian share market. And sector analysis, very important website to keep in mind, because this sector analysis is of crucial importance to understand, really understand, all right, which sector is performing. Either it could be on a daily basis. I hope people can see my mouse. So on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, because there are 5 working days. So on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, quarterly basis, semi-annually basis, annually basis, so on and so forth, right? And be aware that a company, a sector will keep fluctuating, will have ups and downs, right? So I had already mentioned this. The plastic product sector was having very bearish sentiment last week. They were almost up at a deficit, at a negative value of around 3 to 5%. Right now, they are at an appreciation of 3.6%, right? So last week the data was different. This week the data is different. The data will always keep changing. The markets are dynamic, so the markets keep changing. The market keeps fluctuating. What might be bearish might become bullish. What might be bullish might become bearish. I hope everyone is understanding, right? And then you can even look at the various sectors, right? So you're just looking at the plastics. For example, we'll talk about banks. So finance, banks, you see, we have the finance sector over here. We even have the finance sector. So once you click on the finance sector, you will get the stocks, the companies under that particular sector, which companies are doing well, which companies are doing not well. If for many of you, if you feel that this is too much of data to consume, then keep it more visual, right? Because we human beings, I don't know about everyone, but I can talk about me. I love being visual, right? I don't like when there is too much of data given to me. I like it when there are pictures, when there are graphs, when there are charts drawn, right? So the way that you can use this data that you can see on your screen The same data can be found on TradingView, right? All you have to do is go to TradingView and click on this positive mark, not positive, plus sign, all right, to add a new tab. Once you click on the new tab, you can go and click on the heat tab. This heat tab will open where it gives you an option to either have stocks, crypto, all right. For all those people who have been thinking a little bit about crypto, should I talk about it in the next live webinar? If you think so, then please, you might be in for a treat. Remember, there are so many things to discuss, right? We keep analyzing the markets as and how they are performing, right? We try to provide you with the latest information, with the latest tidbits of useful financial information that is required. But the most important reason for me being here is to provide you with hot stocks, right? People can listen to me for hours or maybe days at end. But if someone is not being able to make money, will they be happy with me? Will they be happy with dolphin markets? I don't think so. So in order to make sure that you are happy, I have to make sure that I'm making you money. And the only way that I can make help you in making money is by providing you hot stocks. Hot stocks are trading opportunities that will make you profitable, right? In the long run. Remember, we have a strong track record. Since last month, we are already sitting at a 97% profitability. It's a very, very, very significant rate of profitability. 97. There is no financial instrument out there who gives such returns. Or if there are, then they might not be true, right? But we have the data to prove. We have the dates to prove it. The days on which the hot stocks are provided, everything is provided to you, right? So please make sure to keep attending these live sessions. Sophia is writing the afternoon trend was too weak. We will get into it, Sophia. Don't worry. But you have been making money on the hot stock, right? Now, whether the trend is weak, whether the trend is strong, is irrespective, right? Yeah, we are here not to like have our opinions, but what we are here to make money, right? Money, money, money. All right. So coming back to heat maps, the data that I've shown you onto the web page, right? If you feel that this data is being too cumbersome, agar you think it is having too much of data and you don't understand, TradingView has the best visual depiction, right? All the companies I mentioned. Remember, if you are looking for a particular company, you can type it here. But this currently will talk only about the indices, and in those indices you are going to have companies which are listed, right? Now it's up to you which company, which sector. You can connect the dots to find as much of information as possible. Green denotes bullish behavior, red denotes bearish. The stronger or the darker the shade of the color, the more intense the movement. If it's dark green, it is very bullish. If it is dark red, it is very bearish. If it is light green, it is slightly bullish. If it is slight red, it is slightly bearish. And if it's gray, it is neutral, it is sideways. Sophia is writing, I'm listening quietly to your market analysis. Thank you, Sophia. I am obliged by your kind words. Thank you so much. People understand, how the other person is talking, how the other person is communicating, how the other person is resonating. So I hope I'm trying my best to make sure that I'm providing you with information in a very easy and friendly manner. Remember, because I don't want to be a strict professor by telling you, have you done this? This is, I don't want to make it boring. I am young, I'm vibrant, I'm energetic, so I want to make sure that I can pass on my vibes, my aura to you too. All right. So this is where you can use the information. If you click on, for example, Bajaj Finance, you will get the details of what Bajaj Finance is. You can go to the advanced charts. On the advanced charts, you can see how the chart looks, how the chart is performing. We had even talked about how Bajaj Finance had almost appreciated by how much? Let me tell you the rate. It had almost appreciated by 9%. 9% in a day. That is insane, right? And this, the main reason for this bullish, massive bullish power, right? Massive bullish sentiment in price has been due to the domestic investment institution. For people again who haven't attended, I highly request you, I kindly request you to keep attending as many live trading sessions as possible, because there are so many points to discuss upon. We might focus on certain categories of discussion in the morning, but they might change for the afternoon. So I am trying my best to even give you a recap of what has happened, right? But it cannot continue for that long. So please make sure that you are able to attend as many live streaming sessions as possible. Remember, it happens three times in a day, right? Morning, afternoon, and after the market closes. But a quick gist as to why you can see such a huge movement of price to the upside is all because to do with the FIIs and the DIIs. A quick recap of what the FII, DII, FII stands for Foreign Institutional Investors, or foreign investment institutions or investors, and DII stands for domestic investment institutions, right? Or investors. Now, foreign institutions are foreign based, domestic institutions are based within the country. So whenever the foreigners, right? Just let's call them as FIs. When the FII parks out or takes out its funds from the economy and parks it in another economy, it gives the domestic institution investors a chance to fill that void, to fill that gap, by pumping in more money into the economy, because it's the domestic investors who are going to, be the backbone of the economy, correct? So that is the reason what it shows when the foreign investment institutions are retracting their money, are taking out their money from the economy. It's giving a chance for the domestic institution investors to flood in, to flush the economy with money, right? And that is the reason why you can see such a strong movement of price to the upside, right? And even looking from a technical perspective, we have been having higher highs, right? Let me demarcate it quickly. We have a high, we have a low, oops, we have a high, we have a low, and we have a higher high, right? So even from a technical perspective, right, it's a very broad term technical analysis, but it is very important for me to explain. Remember, all the dots get connected at some point or the other. It's not just because of a news event or an article that was published on some website. No, it all has to go in tandem. It all has to go together. It has to collaborate together, right? So we have data such as this. I hope everyone can see this. But at the same time, from a technical perspective, right? When price had created a high, a low, and a higher high, the swing, the movement of prices up. So when prices started to correct or retrace, prices had come into areas of demand, as we people call it, because everything at the end boils down to supply and demand. If supply exceeds demand, the prices have bearish sentiment. If demand exceeds supply, the prices will have bullish sentiment, right? So that is what prices are doing. Now, whether you want to, if you want to base your opinions based on whether it's just because of the domestic institution investors or because of the foreign FIIs exiting the market, opinions are going to be, different. Everyone has an opinion, right? There are more than 8 billion people on planet Earth, and everyone has an opinion. So that culminates to 8 billion opinions. Imagine when everyone has an opinion, but eventually it is what the market showcases, right? So we just want to be clear that we want to be on the right side, right? We want to make money, right? Money, money, money. So this is very important. See, when we are discussing about trading, when we are discussing about analysis, it all boils down to, I might pick up a topic, we might talk about it based on the current market scenarios. But for people who are not listening, for people who are not attending, they might miss all this information, right? So it gets very hard for people to when they tell us sorry we were not able to attend yesterday's webinar and what was discussed yesterday. Come on, the markets, we are here 5 days a week. I'm here personally 3 times each work day, right? So I'm trying my best to give you out with as much information and provide you with the latest information of what the markets are showing, and most importantly providing you with trading opportunities, right? Hot stocks, trading opportunities that can make you money, correct? So I hope people are able to understand. I hope Sophia is able to understand. I mean, Sophia has been so regular, right? I mean, be like Sophia, learn like Sophia, be like Sophia, make money like Sophia, and enjoy like Sophia. Mr. Lee is also in the house, and Mr. Lee has been very interactive, giving out a lot of information and being interactive. He is, motivating me too in terms of, yes, making me believe that yes, you are doing a very good job and you are being able to explain things so properly and so simply, right? So thank you everyone for all your kind wishes. Thank you for your kind comments. Thank you for admiring my capabilities, and don't worry, I will try to keep improving myself and I will try to be a better version of myself every single day. All right. So we discussed so many topics, right? We discussed about how today's live streaming session, the title of today's live streaming session, talking about Hyundai IPO, IPOs. What is an IPO? How does an IPO function? What is the basic structure? There are people, out there. Uh, I don't want to name anyone, but they might talk, they might take you to Google, make you read the definition of an IPO, but I don't believe in those things. I believe in explaining the way I understand it, right? So I think that is the easiest and the most simple and the most convenient method of explaining, right? So we had talked about giving examples of how me, Harsh, as a private company who wants to get into the public company, who wants to convert my private company into a public company, and how the entire structure is designed and operated. Everything has been explained. The crux of today's heading, right, for today's live stream heading had been when a company such as Hyundai, right? I hope everyone can see that. Wait, let me make it a little more clearer, right? When a company like Hyundai Motor, company like Hyundai, a blue chip company, one of the best performing companies in South Korea, when it wants to establish its base in India, it wants to initiate a public offering, right? So that is how it has done all the legalities, and all the operation work was carried out last week, and this week, yesterday was the first candle, the first data feed on the national stock exchange, right? So with a tussle between what the company has valued itself to what the investors, traders are willing to offer, there will always be a mismatch of prices, which is basically price action. But today, after a strong bearish sentiment, there has been bullish sentiment of almost 9%, right? Sorry, 6%. So that is what the article had been mentioning. Then we even talked about the trade ideas. Remember, most important aspect for you beautiful people out here is for knowing about trade ideas, making money on the trades. I can provide you with all the information, but what is the use of providing you with information when you cannot make money, right? So we will provide you with all the education, analysis, and live stats in terms of news events. But when you make money, you be happy, and when you're happy, you will understand the true potential what dolphin market provides to you. Then we looked at different websites from where we can use information in terms of especially sectors, right? Which are the sectors that are performing well, which are the sectors that are not performing well. We particularly use moneycontrol.com/markets/sector analysis. This is a very predominant website that provides you an overall view of what the markets are, what the sectors are doing, how the sectors are performing, whether it could be on a daily basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis, quarterly, semi-annually, annually, and the list goes on, right? So with so much of information out there, everyone can listen and understand what has been happening, right? So you can use this data for your individual analysis too. So if you're writing the stock has returned to my entry price, are you talking about Annapurna? Let's have a quick look. All right, yes. So see, remember the markets are going to keep moving. The markets are going to keep fluctuating. Make sure and please understand. Remember, let me give you an example on the chart itself. An example that I can explain to you, in a very uh, easy manner. Let me give you an example. Num, 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 num. All right, let me give you an example like this one. I hope everyone can see my screen. If not, all right, I hope now you can see, correct? Can you see my mouse? All right. As you can see this candle, right? This is one daily candle. The price moves up, down, it opens at one price, and after the day closes, the price closes. So please understand, there was a time when when the market sentiment for this particular day, we are talking about 20th November. It is just an illustration to explain to you, all right? The prices had gone up, so the prices were bullish at one point in time. Then during the day, the prices got bearish. So there was bearish sentiment. But at the end of the day, the prices closed, right? So the price is going to keep fluctuating. So the markets are going to move, right? But remember, we are providing with hot stocks. So we have done our due diligence. We have done our analysis. So we have higher probability. Understand, and it is very important to make you very well aware about it. The markets are going to do what they're going to do. We are speculating. We will do our due diligence. We will put in the hard work, and we will provide you with the most high probability, right? The higher the probability, the better, right? Similarly, for this particular example, if you look at this long candle, there was severe bearish pressure initially when the candle had opened for that particular day. But once once the market started, once the day started to progress and the markets were functioning, look at the way the prices have shot up. So in the morning there was bearish pressure, but once the day started to proceed and there was more activity in the market, look at the way the prices flip, right? So the markets are dynamic, the markets are volatile, correct? So this is currently where the price is. Don't worry, we were making around 2%, but I guess 2% is too less. We need to make little more money. And making you aware about the potential, very, very, very important. Let me take you to this particular Excel, correct? People still need to understand the power of what we are providing you, right? Remember, in the next live streaming session, for all those people who are like Harsh, you are doing an excellent job in terms of providing us with analysis and hot stocks. But I think I want to improve my skills in terms of trading education. So please make sure that you attend today's third live streaming session. The third live streaming session is mainly focused on technical analysis, right? Explaining, educating what technical analysis is. On Monday, we generally focus on the basics. On Tuesdays, we focus on the mid level. On Wednesdays, being today, we focus on the advanced level. So, for those people who already are having substantial knowledge of what the financial markets are, what technical analysis are, and they want to gain more knowledge, please make sure to be present in the next live session, right? Coming back to this particular web page, which showcases our potential. Remember, a stock of 25, all right, 25 shares, 25 different stocks, individual stocks, and the date ranging all the way from 18th of September to today, 23rd of October, almost a month, right? And with 25 stocks making a profitability of around, look at the value, it's around 92 percentage, right? When a percent of 92, a profitability of 92 percentile, that is mind blowing, because no other product out there is able to provide such returns, right? Very important, and it's very important to keep reiterating so that people understand its potential, all right? And please make sure that once you get onboarded with us, once you keep attending our live sessions again and again, you will understand that yes, Harsh is talking sense. Harsh is providing us with valuable information, and we need to take that into consideration. We just don't want to talk and finish it off. We want to make sure that you are making money. We want you to test our capabilities. We want you to test the performance that our trading strategies hold. Our trading strategies are nothing but trade ideas that we provide you in terms of hot stocks, right? So I hope each and every one of you is being able to sync this piece of information. Is very vital to put this information in your heads and understand it, that yes, this is of very vital importance, and it has the potential to make very strong profits. All right. Now, besides what we were talking in terms of FIIs and DIIs, and we had talked about this particular hot stock, the entire crux of how the price moves, what price does, why the price behaves the way it does, based on FIIs and DIIs, and the people in between, like the people like you and me, who can only analyze the markets and then try to be with smart money, try to be with people who really know what is happening in the financial markets, people who are having the capability to pump money into the financial markets, right? We looked at various articles about Hyundai, then we looked at how a particular sector, remember, sectors, having different sectors in the economy have different, some were bullish, some were bearish. But if you look at the same sector a couple of weeks back, they were bearish. So markets are going to be volatile. So how the market volatility is happening? How do we connect the dots? How do we start from the bigger picture? Then we boil down to the smaller picture, right? Looking at the sector, looking at the index, the NS, the Nifty, and the Sensex. Then coming down to the sectors, which sectors are doing well. Then once we understand and analyze which sectors are overperforming, then we check the companies in that particular sector. Once we understand the companies in that particular sector, then we come on to the charts to understand, all right, then we do our technical analysis, and then we connect all the dots. And only when all the dots are connected and are giving us a good sign to go to buy a particular stock, to buy a particular share of a particular company, that is when we provide you with hot stock opportunities. So guys and girls, men and beautiful women, please make sure to keep visiting our web pages, keep being a part of our live streaming sessions. We are doing this at completely zero cost, right? It is free free for now, right? I'm like, we are giving you the power to make money for free. Who does that? I mean, there is no one out there who's providing you with such a service. So please make sure you utilize this opportunity. You utilize the power that we are providing to you in your hands to make money, to understand our the power, the intensity that we bring, the power of dolphin markets, and we want you to be a part on our with our company, because we are here for the long run, right? We have a long journey to continue to walk on, and we need the support of you beautiful people, right? But the only way to provide you with that, the only way for you to provide us that support is by showcasing our skills, by showcasing our performance, right? So I hope everyone has got a good gist of what has happened today, including the hot stock that was given in the morning. Yes, it will go up and down, but the market will do what it has to do. The market will go up, down, side, up and down, round and round, right? So the market is going to do everything. We just have to make sure that we are making money, and we are correct. So I hope everyone had a good understanding, had a good session. I was able to provide you with some good information. And please make sure the third live streaming session will happen based on the timings mentioned. For people who are not aware about the timings, please get back to my assistants. They will make sure to provide you with all the necessary information. All right. So make sure you are coming. All right, come to the next live streaming session where we are going to talk more about technical analysis. I'm going to provide you with technical trading analysis. All right, so I hope everyone has a good day, a good afternoon. It's all done. I hope they have a good evening and a great night. All right, so until next time, signing out. Take care. Bye.